It's midweek and it's Wednesday, October 19th. I'm GHK Lall on the National Outlook on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for listening to this program. I say thanks to the people at Kaieteur Radio, to the owner, Mr. Glenn Lall, and to Joshua Van Slytman, Mr. Raj Bhima, and Mr. Kevin Smith for their technical assistance in getting this program presented to you. Thank you, gentlemen. Renegotiation of the 2016 oil contract has been making the rounds now here in Guyana. More and more Guyanese, more and more groups are lending their voices, are throwing their weight into the call, the pressure, the push for renegotiation. The AFC did it. The PNC has said, well, yes, the contract can be changed. And if anybody wants to call it renegotiation, they must feel free to do so. The civil society group, Article 13, has been consistent in calling for renegotiation. And recently I noticed Our Wealth, Our Guyana, OWOC, another civil society group, has also called for renegotiation of this vile contract. I am calling for renegotiation of the contract, and I think we can get more, and we must get more. The PPP government, the president, the vice president, as led by the two of them, must make it a priority, must make it their duty, and must do their duty to get Exxon back to the table of renegotiation for that contract. There are no two ways about this. Any and every Guyanese must want more from that contract. And I'm not talking about pennies and crumbs. I'm talking about significant developments on the plus side for that contract for all of us. So then we can pay our pensioners some more. We can pay our public servants some more. We can pay those who are disabled, those who don't have much. We can deal with our drug addicts and our addicts in different ways, our domestic violence people, our universities. We can do so much more because we would have so much more with which to work. And right now we are not at that stage yet. Renegotiation is a must. I think that Exxon must be made to feel the heat of the anger of the Guyanese people, the growing anger of more Guyanese. And they must be brought to their senses and to reason that, hey, listen, we've got to get ahead of this. We've got to do our part and indicate our willingness to be fair and reasonable partners. Exxon has not been fair. It's been unfair. It's not been reasonable to Guyana. It's been most unreasonable. And I think that it would be in its interests to renegotiate this contract. The U.S. Embassy knows that. The U.S. government knows that. The international people, experts, watchers, observers know this. We, the Guyanese people, we don't have to be literate. We don't have to be literate to know that this contract has to be renegotiated. So this is where things are. The PPP government, the president, the vice president, they have to throw their shoulders behind the wheel and steer it and say, renegotiation it must be, and it must be renegotiation now. We cannot wait a day longer. We cannot hesitate a moment longer. I'm GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for listening to the National Outlook.